does what he needs to do at the right times. You know, if he needs to tie you up, he'll tie you up. You know, if he needs to move, he'll move. He knows when to. You know what I mean? He has a ton of experience.
When it comes to Dev, you know he wants to smoke. When it comes to that, you know Debo Dev wants to smoke. When it comes to him, which I coined that name, and I don't know why they took it and act like I didn't. But when it comes to Debo Dev,
predictions for any matchup often favor the fighter with the clear advantages. Many top boxing figures believe Devin Haney will completely destroy Brian Norman Jr. in their upcoming clash. So let's take a detailed look at how experts see this battle unfolding. First of all, Regis Prograis, in his recent interview, revealed the reasons for choosing Devin Haney as the potential winner of this clash. He said that the true power of a boxer can only be felt by sharing the ring with him, and when it comes to Devin Haney, having shared the ring with him, he knows exactly what Haney is capable of doing. He asserted that the guy has all the skills, very polished, and ready to use at any time. Because of that experience and understanding, he feels Brian Jr. would find himself in much difficulty on fight night, facing skills he may not fully expect.
If I had to put I don't bet, but if I had to put money, I would bet money on Devin.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Is it just because you fought him, or you see something that like people aren't like noticing in the fight?
No, I fought him and I know how good he is, and it's like he's a good boxer. We cannot take that away from him that he is a good boxer. You know, he knows how not to get hit. You know, no matter if he makes it boring. Now, we're not saying that, but you know, same thing with Ramirez. He just, you know, he moved around. He ran around. You could say run around. He ran around the ring for 12 rounds. Same thing with me. He had good feet, you know, and he just know how to move out the way. So I think that's what he's gonna do. So
Bill Haney was also very obvious about Devin Haney's win in this contest, mentioning that it is very sure their fighter will win, and there is no doubt about the outcome. He also shared a stern warning for Norman, saying that on fight night, Team Brian will come to know how overconfidence or underestimating someone can change everything inside the ring. He underscored that this bout will be exciting to watch with high-level boxing. Nonetheless, he maintained that their fighter's triumph is certain, and they expect a clear and confident outcome.
They said he was dangerous. Is the guy dangerous?
Totally.
Is the guy dangerous?
Yeah.
Do you have a left hook that put a guy in the hospital? The guy they said he forgot 2 weeks of his life.
It's gnarly.
So why would you not go up if you were Devin the Dream Haney, a.k.a. Debo, the one that's stepping up? I just told you, 3 divisions, 3 championships on 3 different continents. Is that not what the world champion of boxing is supposed to be? I told you it's the Devin Haney era, and watch and what you see November the 22nd. You know, I've been quiet because we working, so ain't no sense in stopping me from talking now. Listen, he's going to put on a masterclass performance.
Another important personality, Tim Bradley, while talking about this fight, gave Norman Jr. fair chances of winning, but he mentioned that in his opinion, the fighter who holds the advantage in this battle is Haney. He explained that Devin has the ability to conquer whatever comes in front of him and always rises to the moment when the pressure is high. Bradley declared that Devin is always up for a challenge, and that when he faces Brian, he will give it his all to win on fight night, proving once again why he is at the top of his game.
You know, Devin Haney is one of those guys that's always chasing, you know, the smoke. He always want to fight and test himself against the best fighters in the world. We're going to find out if this calculation, right? This calculation of Haney.
Never, ever sue the driver who crashed into you after.
Is it spot on, or did he make a mistake?
Furthermore, Chris Algieri, echoing the voice of Tim Bradley, was also not hesitant to predict Devin as the winner of this November 22nd contest. He described Devin as a ringmaster, a level of skill that not every fighter can achieve. He also lauded Devin's combination of punching power and defensive abilities, which make him a powerful rival. Algieri claimed that knockout power always has a significant impact, thus Brian is getting a lot of support heading into this contest. But at the end of the day, a win is what matters most, and Devin will do whatever it takes to obtain it.
Devin Haney, man, I think people really are forgetting how good of a tactician he is and how smart he is in the ring. He's got a fantastic jab. He's long. He's defensively very sound, obviously. he's getting a lot of heat because of the Ramirez fight, and then prior to that was the Ryan Garcia fight. But listen, he's still...
Most importantly, Teofimo Lopez strongly criticized Brian Norman's resume and hype while analyzing this fight. He commented that while everyone is focusing on his spectacular knockout wins, he believes that opponents are very important. Lopez noted that Devin is not like the guys Brian has previously knocked out. The level of talent and experience is entirely different. He pointed out that many people expect Norman to provide another outstanding performance, but when it comes to meeting Devin, he does not see Norman putting on the same kind of performance. Lopez assumes Devin will make a difference in class.
He's fighting Brian Norman Jr., who's not seasoned. He's not seasoned enough. He had a big knockout, but against who? Think about it. Against who? Japan is very strong. They got a good boxers and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I faced one of Masayoshi Nakatani, who faced Verdejo and Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? However, who was that guy, that Brian Norman?
Further delving into predictions, Greg Hackett has also given Devin Haney strong chances of winning this fight. He implied that with Devin's preparation, he will not lose. Hackett backed up his forecast by claiming that Brian Norman Jr. is not a fighter who can maintain his pace for 12 rounds. He begins strongly, but his rhythm weakens as the fight goes. Devin, on the other hand, maintains a high level of intensity throughout the game and is sharp at all times. So heading into this match, Hackett expects Devin to win.
What I see is Devin going to be sitting down, Norman going to be fighting, but it's not going to have the punch is not going to have the same steam. Because they don't have the same steam, Dev going to feel that and gain confidence off of that, and he going to start loading up that motherfucking hand. And Norman going to go down. He might get up the first time. The second one, he not getting up. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel. I can see it. I just can see it. People gonna call me crazy, but I can see it.
Moreover, Khalil Coe also chose him as the likely winner, acknowledging that Brian is a good fighter and a knockout artist. He clarified that actual abilities are always put to the test against the best, and Norman Jr. will be no exception. While Brian may be confident in his power, Coe believes Devin will have no trouble outboxing him because of his superior skill set. He added that when you look at Devin's arsenal, you can see everything needed to outbox a power puncher like Norman Jr., making Haney the better selection for this contest.
I don't think anybody's going to be able to catch Devin Haney now. I don't think nobody's going to be able to. That look that Brian hit him with, that's not happening again. You've seen his last fight. He was in tremendous shape. The whole fight, all 12. Boxing, moving when he wanted to. And Brian, Brian Norman he's in my opinion, he's one-dimensional. You know what I mean? I don't see him being able to cut Devin off and doing anything with him. I see him being outboxed. Decision.
However, Sean Zittel, in his analysis of this matchup, noted that a fighter's success always lies in sticking to his basics and doing what he does best. For Haney, winning this contest depends on landing clean punches while using smart and constant movement. He remarked that while spectators frequently criticize running performances, winning is ultimately more important than anything else. So if Devin can achieve victory through movement while avoiding excessive risk, he should go for it. Zittel argued that remaining true to his style provides Haney the best chance of controlling the competition and coming out on.
People will hiss and boo if you run your way to a decision, and I don't like putting it that way. Like if you use excessive movement and make the pace very slow and dull, and you outbox Brian Norman Jr., you just getting the job done in this one's impressive to me. And people will say that was boring, that sucked, Haney's still a runner. But deep down, they'll have to put respect on his name because they'll all be picking against him in this fight.
Most different from all forecasts, Mickey Bay underlined that the result of this fight largely depends on Devin himself. On fight night, if he shows up as the fighter Bay knows, it could be a long night for Brian Norman Jr. However, he highlighted that Norman's success lies only in the mistakes Devin might make. Haney can only be beaten if he chooses to let things slip inside the ring this time. Bay stressed that Devin is an extremely talented guy, and if he does justice to his talent with the right game plan on fight night, it is going to be an easy win for Devin Haney.
I just think Dev's just too slick for him, I trained him, so I seen him and I know what he got. If he fight the way he's supposed to fight and he do what I know he can do, then shit, I know a way that I know he can beat him fairly easy, as crazy as it sounds. Just me knowing Devin and what he can do. he can beat him fairly easy. He can make it hard if he make it hard. If he fight, you can fight the wrong way and make a fight harder than it's supposed to.
Additionally, Lamont Roach Sr. also leaned slightly in favor of Devin Haney. He admitted that Devin's experience would give him a significant advantage in handling various scenarios inside the ring. However, he clarified that Norman is not a fighter who enjoys going full rounds and will try to finish the fight as soon as possible. Roach noticed that Devin's ability to deal with that aggressive style will determine how competitive this clash is.
If you give anybody a slight edge, it might be like Haney because his experience of being in big fights like that.
Texas roads are a battlefield.
But Norman, hungry, young, fast, strong. I like to see how Devin deal with that type of athleticism and speed and power coming his way. Devin had great feet and a jab, so he can move around the ring with anybody in the ring. So it'll be a good chess match. Let's see who can figure out who can get to who.
Even Brian Norman Jr.'s former sparring partner, Quader Albright, went against him. He added Devin is a very clever and talented boxer, and based on his own experience in the ring with Norman, he knows Brian always tries to throw hard. However, striking Devin will not be easy. Albright mentioned that when Norman tries to land anything large, he can get caught himself. He believes Haney's ring awareness and timing will make a significant difference. So he anticipates Devin will win this fight by either outboxing Norman or catching him clean at the proper time.
I can't see Brian Norman knocking out Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's too smart. He's going to stay on his feet. I don't think he's going to be there, and B. Norman ain't going to be able to cut the ring. That's just my opinion.
So how does Dev, is that the way to beat him?
Yeah.
Stabbing, keeping him off balance, angles?
A jab in his face, moving on his feet.
How were you able to have success against him? Those same things?
With B. Norm sparring? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I was walking him down. I was playing around when I was sparring Brian Norman, honestly. I was off the couch just having fun. I was walking to him. Sometimes I would box him. It didn't really matter.
Is there a point in this fight where Devin needs to step to him and getting his respect, or just boxing the whole 12 rounds?
It's all up to Devin Haney. If he feel like he want to prove himself and he want to prove to the fans, but it's not. I mean, it is about the fans and giving them what they want to see. But at the end of the day, it's his career, it's his life.
On the other hand, Brian Norman Sr., in his prediction of this contest, hoped for a knockout win for Brian Norman Jr., saying that winning is not a big deal for them in this matchup. They are quite familiar with Devin, and they hope to take advantage of this by winning decisively. He went on to say that Brian has considerable advantages versus Haney, which Team Haney is well aware of. So going into this matchup, their fighter will be doing something unexpected this time, staying confident that he can control the fight and secure a powerful statement victory.
I know what I'm looking at. I know how to beat every single thing I have seen Devin Haney do. I know how to beat everything I've seen him do. Everything. And it's one word I'm going to say after. I'm going to use it after. I'm definitely going to use it after, but I ain't going to do him like that right now. But I know how to beat every single thing that he's going to do in that ring. The only way is if he show me something new. And then if you show me something new, then you're going to be trying something new on a higher scale like this, where so now you're taking the risk of doing something you're not comfortable with doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Moving forward, let's also have a look at how both fighters are doing in their training camps. So Devin Haney's training camp has been built on structure and complete focus. The team has faith in his skills and knowledge, and they work with it every day because they understand how important it is to remain focused. They lead a somber yet tranquil environment. Their message is unambiguous. Follow the plan and be ready for anything that comes up. Through frequent communication, strategy reviews, and maintaining mental preparedness, Haney maintains a close relationship with his staff. Inside the ring, he maintains the belief that success is the result of alertness and clever work. To make sure he is prepared for everything, the camp keeps a tight eye on every detail. will attempt to quicken the tempo and put him to the test early. As a result, the camp keeps teaching him to maintain his composure and make good use of his strengths. They urge him to assume command of the ring and exercise patience when making choices. No one in the group is in a panic. They realize the value of togetherness and trust. When the pressure increases, the preparation stays constant, meticulous, fueled by the desire to demonstrate the difference in experience.
Stop and work with your eyes forward. Don't let me pull you. Work. 5, 4, 3, 2. Get in there. Where the arms at? There you go. There you go. Okay, work for it. Work for it. 1, 2. There you go. Quick.
Timing and excellent execution.
God damn.
D-Ball! Let's go.
God damn.
D-Ball!
Here's how you can take advantage.